Okay, what we have here is a failure to communicate. Tommy's rockers. Tommy's rockers. Now, let's set this up here. Alright, we'll just lift it up for a sec. Got this ear infection, man. So if I'm yelling, it's because I can't hear myself. So I got Tommy's rockers here. I'm just doing the bushings on them. And there's something I wanted to show you. I thought I brought one over. Now, you can pull the... You can pull these. You can use a blind hole puller. You know, just a generic blind hole puller and a slide hammer, right? And pull these out. That works. Don't forget your aluminum soft jaws. But I got here this nice little Jim's tool. I'm sorry, I like my Jim's tools. Actually, I like any tools that are built quality. Because then you buy them once. And you use them for a long time. And then I have a... This is a non-tapering ream. But you can use a hone awl to do these. And what you do, you get, there's hone awls where they'll take a hone, but then there's hone awls that'll, where you stack the hones. And that's what you can use for line boring, right? But this ream's good. It's not too expensive for your rockers. I mean, a lot of these little tools are not too expensive. The New Way cutters are a little costly, but if you got to say you got a shovel head, you're not working on your buddy's Evo Solutions, Twinkies, or none of that stuff. You could just buy the cutters you need and the pilots you need just for your bike, and that does save you some coin. Yeah, so I like these. And this is run basically the same way that the wrist pin bushing ream worked. There again, you can use a hone awl on that, a self-centering hone awl. So it doesn't have to be. Just don't use one of those little brake hones. Alright. So I did a bunch on one side. So whenever you're doing these things, do not pull both bushings, press both bushings in, and then try and do them both at the same time. It's miserable. Yeah, it's no fun. So what you do, you pull one, you put one in, and you leave the used one in the other side, which helps you with your line bore. Right, so I got my used one on this side, so I pushed in my new one, and then it was easier for me to start my line bore and go through. Right, she must have heated up just like a wrist pin bushing. I checked it on the shop. Well, we'll double check them anyways, because you ain't putting nothing in that ain't going to go in, right? Oh, and the other thing is, so I got the one bushing, I got it all the way through, and of course everything heats up a little bit, and then when it cools down it tightens up a bit. So that's why you always double check your clearances, allow your bushings or whatever you're working on to cool down, same as honing cylinders, before you do your measurements. But when we put this one in, we'll run it through, we'll get it through both, and then we'll have a perfect perpendicular hole line board. I was going to show you Tommy's rocker shafts. My God. Tommy's shafts are off his rocker. I mean, I can't even pick a nice one from an ugly one here. Really. Like, you know how you usually have one that doesn't look as bad as all the rest, but they're all ugly. Look at that. That's ugly. That's ugly. I was going to show you. That's really ugly. Okay, so we go from ugly to uglier. Now you see how See how you can see the wear mark? Because your rocker's pushing up, so it's it wears on one side of the shaft. It doesn't wear evenly. So say you're doing, I don't know, you got your rockers off for some reason. You're off your rocker for some reason. Believe me, Tommy's off his rocker. But for whatever reason, and your shafts aren't too bad, what you can do is see where you, like, keep track of where you pulled them. Even if you don't, you can still figure it out. But you can switch them with the other side. And what that does, whoop, for fuck's sake, ow, you weirdo. Okay, what you can do is you can put them on the other rocker, and then that will be your new wear zone. And that's still nice and fresh, like original equipment, right? This one's just ugly. It's ugly, and then it's uglier. And this one, now that's ugly. I ain't using his. I ain't using these. I have a good set of used ones that I'm donating with the adjustable push rods. And we're going to do the, I'm going to have all this stuff on today, and I'm going to show you guys the foundation of adjusting the Evo Solution push rods or twin cam push rods, same. The only ones that are different are the hydraulic adjustable push rods, because we're talking hydraulics here. So the hydraulic push rods for shovel head, I did a film on it. I haven't put it up yet. I think I have it close-ups, and then next thing you know, I'm talking away and doing things, and my ass is in the camera, so I'm not sure if I was... I don't think you want to listen to me babble and look at my ass. You know, I hope not. Okay, so I did the one side. So now we're just going to do the other side, and I'll just show you guys quickly and how slick the little tool works. How slick my tool works. Maybe that's what I'll label it. I did a little derogatory kind of heading on one of the films, and all of a sudden, boom, I got 100 views. Something to do with her. Make sure she's a proper fit. Perverts. Okay. So I got to get rid of this one. I got my soft jaws here. I'm locked in nice. This is a nice little tool. You got to have patience with it. So rock your tool in. Right, I'm hooked. Bring your nut up. Not too tight. Not before you get the expander in. Expander shaft. Right, my tool, my shaft is in. My shaft is my tool. And we're just going to yank it. And these had a nice press fit on them at least. So nobody had spun, none of the bushings had spun in the rockers, which is nice. And there we go. I don't know what these kits cost, but they're fairly inexpensive now. Knock my shaft out, and voila, out with the old. Now I've got 4 to do, 4 of these babies to do. So let's just pull them. Sorry for the boring film. Watch me pull my tool. Yeah, that's the old one. It doesn't matter. You can lock it up on either side of the Just don't get all like Dugabore death grip on us, and you'll be fine. The Flying Cossack, he has a Dugabore death grip. My son, he's a savage, so it's not Yeah, he's kind of got that death grip, but he's a savage. He's a welder. All welders are savages. In we go. Locked and loaded. I think. I hope. We're going to find out. Going to find out. So we'll get rid of all 4 of these. So I did the 4 on the one side. Left the used bushings in the one side, so I had something to line bore with. And yeah, it's a real pain in the ass if you try to do both at the same time. It's just not groovy, man. Okay, well, you know what I'll do, just so I don't bore the heck out of you and you start snoring like my dog does. We'll just go ahead and get one done. So that's a cool Jim's extractor. Like I say, any blind hole puller or pullette, you can just put a slide hammer in there and pull them out. That works too. Now on shovel head. Shovel heads. Shovel heads. You see that all the rockers are the same. The rocker bushings are the same. They have a little hole in them, but on the shovel head, do I have a shovel head rocker sitting here? What it is you have to line this hole up because that's your oiling hole. Now on the Evo Solutions you don't, because they put the oil hole, you won't be able to see it, okay. Oh, well. They put the oil hole just past where the bushing stops inside. So it gets oiled through the push rod, through here, and it comes past the bushing, whereas on the shovel head, it comes through the bushing. So if you're doing your shovel head, and they're all the same, Twinkie, shovel head, and the Evo Solutions. So if you're doing your shovel head, make sure you line up your tool. All right. Let's spin this around. Now this is a nice little block. This is another Jim's tool. And there's only one trick to it. Well, there's a trick to every tool, right? No, it's not the tool, it's the guy using it. That is the difference. That is the thing. That is the gig. So we got this collar at the bottom. So I'm going to line it up with the bushing. And the only trick is make sure your arm is out of the way of this block. Whether you're going this way or this way, you just want to make sure your arm is out of the way. We don't have to worry about the position of the hole on this one. You got your other little guide goes in, right? There you go. And where'd my nuts go, man? Who says I got no balls? Like so. So yeah, so when you buy the bushings, pretty much these are kibble wipe, but yeah, they all come with a little oil hole just in case you need it for shovel head. And we just wind her in like so. Can I go the other way? You bet I can. But our little collar there bottoms us out, right? Oops. So make sure I'm bottomed. Now, not savagely bottomed, so I'm stretching threads and racking stuff. And there we have it. Now we got to ream this baby. Ream her out. That could mean a couple of things, I guess, these days, eh? There we go. So I like to go from this side. Oh hey, where's my new bushing? Right, this one was the one that shrunk down a bit. I'm just, I guess it doesn't matter which side because they're both gonna end up done. And then I'll go through them all, and then I'll go through it one more time. I'll just make sure that every shaft is cleared. Right, because you don't want things tight. And that's where like a number of machinists over the years that I've known where they built Harley engines, they get too tight and then things blow up. And you don't need to be too tight. I mean, you don't want her too loose either, do you? I mean, that's not a fun ride. She's all loose. I think this was the new one here. Remember right? But here we go. And either way, it doesn't matter. I did want to put it in through the one that was done already, just get better alignment. But this shaft is through. We are line boring these bushings right now. So it doesn't matter which side you come through. She is getting line bored no matter what. This nice slick little tool here. And then I'm going to show you how to clean up the what do you call them? The rocker feet, rocker fingers, rocker. The part that pushes down on the valve. We're going to clean that up a little bit. They get flattened out from pounding over the years. So I use like a 3M on my die grinder, which is, and I don't know what you got down in the good US of A, but up here, well, we barely got anything because we don't do anything because we have a communist government. But what we do is I got Ackland's. I found Ackland's Granger up here. I think it's just called Granger now. I can't remember. But it was American Canadian, then Canadian, and they separated or some stupid thing. But Ackland's I find really good for all those small things, port and polishing accessories that I'm looking for and that kind of stuff. Yeah. And you got to find your zen on this. Of course, if you use an impact or air tool on this, what it is you heat things up and then you end up dulling up your blades, eh? Now I got two of these. I got one for if I'm lazy and I want to use some power, and I got this one, which is really nice and that I have only used by hand. And you can see if you look at the shavings. You can see the shavings. You can see how nice she's cutting through. Well, like I say, you know, building engines is a zen thing. Doing anything on your bike is a zen thing. I know I did. I put a ratchet top in. Took my son's cowboy out of his bike last year and put a ratchet top in there. It was actually for me. I don't know. It's sucked in, I guess, by our kids, but I put a ratchet top in and a new primary. He had I was chasing chicks, you know the story, brewskis and chick chasing. And he come around a corner and it was in the spring and it was all dirt. Touched his front brake and down he went. So he screwed up his other outer primary cover, which was screwed up when he bought it a bit anyways. So I go on and put all this, I figured I'll just throw the good tranny in there, and when I'm in there, so what was he doing? He was doing something in his primary. Oh, we were changing the Bendix. His Bendix was pretty much shot. And I had an Excel here. So we're putting the Bendix in, and I went to, now of course I'm getting it on my hand and whatever. And his drain plug hole on his brand new inner primary I go to put it in, and I notice there's only a few threads on those things to begin with, and lo and behold, he's already, I think he cross-threaded or over-tightened it, but 2 threads were sitting in the bottom of the primary. So I got her in, I got her stable, and I said, okay, you're never pulling that plug out again. You're going to have to learn a different way to change your oil in your primary. And that's all there is to it. This is cutting nice. Yeah, I get a little impatient with this stuff. But the problem is, if I go full auto, it heats everything up really bad. And but I do have the other shaft here that I can use full auto if I wanted to. I probably should have, just for the. Well, I didn't want to give you young fellers the wrong idea about going full auto on stuff, right? I mean, I could chuck this into my drill press, for that matter. I'll do it. I think I have with the other one. Oh, she's coming. I almost do want to just grab the. Let's get the line borer, Al. Find your zen, brother. Find your zen. Play some music. No, I can't. YouTube doesn't let you. And I wouldn't know how if I could, unless I played the stereo behind us. Or the little boombox or something. But I hear YouTube doesn't like that. And being in Canada, if I don't play LGBTQ+, I think they tax me on it or something, or slap my pee-pee or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all these weirdos. But free speech is property. It's a property right. Up here, yeah, no, oh man, it's crazy, guys. It's like we got one province called Alberta that is not full like California. Yeah, the rest of the country up here is just like California. It's stupid, it's strange, it's weird, it's crooked, it's evil. That's too bad. I was California dreaming when I was a kid. Yeah, I tried to get down there. I wanted to be a stuntman. I would have been a good stuntman too. My math's not that good, but good enough for cam theory. How far am I? Yeah, how far? I barely started. Okay. I'll finish this, but you get the gist of it, okay? So you leave your used one in, you put your new one in, you run her through, and like I say, I like to go in through the used one so that I'm already in here, and I got a good line bore going on. And then what I'm going to do, and we'll do one right now, take the old die grinder. Oh, Tommy's going to owe me big time for all this patience and labor. Turning his motorcycle into a internet star. Her. Oh, here's something else about these. Like, this is a grinding disc, right? But there's two kinds that you can buy for your die grinder. There's the type here that screw on. But the thing is, these are the ones I like. There's a kind, they got the Velcro. I don't like those ones, because they'll fly off. Then there's different grits. of these 3Ms. Right, so you got a coarse, medium, and fine basically out of them. So what I'm going to do here, okay, I think you call it the heel, but you see where it's kind of flat in there, right? So all I do is just I re-round them out. And it doesn't take a lot. You don't have to, don't be aggressive with this stuff. What I'm trying to do, now somebody out there is already saying, hey, you're changing the ratio of the rocker. Slightly. Frickin' not enough to make a difference with you on your cam. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, just take an extra minute to clean them up. So there's the difference between basically what it looked like and what it looks like now. Could you case harden these? Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, so I'm just going to finish this, rocking this baby through. And that will be the rockers, and now I'm going to finish my final assembly. Where are you cats? I can't find you guys. It's that old guy. I'm just going to finish this, do my final assembly on the rockers, and then I'm going to bring in his bike and we're going to install the engine. We got that main drive gear bushing, so I'll show you the ethics on taking the cluster out to get at the stupid thing. And you got to remember, if you're working on a pre-77 transmission, all the bearings in the counter shaft, all the bearings for the main drive gear are all loose. They're loose needle bearings. So I'm just warning you. You know, and they're not expensive to buy new ones. And that kit I was using to line bore Tommy's cases and the silicone bike cases. Okay, so I've got adapters for that where I can line bore the transmission and go like oversized main drive gear bearings or whatever. And they're the same as everything else. They go up in 1/10 of a thou. Right? So it takes 10 sizes to go up 1/1000th of an inch. Right? And I do keep loose ones on hand here just because up here in Kanakistan one day we just made, I don't know, we may even be outlawed from buying bearings. Who the hell knows? These people are nuts. They're crazy. They're demonic. You know? We had a perfectly good country, a perfectly good nation. You know, we're rocking. If you could dream it, envision it, you could do it. Just don't harm anybody else in the process. And they've turned it all into shit. You can tell what mood I'm in. Alright, I'm going to finish this. That's the update on the rockers. I'll see you later.